Well, hello and welcome back. My name's Kieran Siemens, and this is my Inky World, where we do a drawing and we have no sketches, we have no plan, we just throw down some ink and we see what happens. So today's request is something in this seasonal, which is Halloween. So today's drawing is something Halloween. So if that appeals to your taste, let's draw something Halloween. Well, hello and welcome back. We are going to draw something Halloweeny. Not really quite sure where to start, but something with that kind of feeling of Halloween, skeletons and pumpkins and bats and... Right, well, let's start with a wiggly wobbly line and see where that kind of... Oh, that's nice. Okay, so that's our first line. It kind of gives us an idea. Oh dear, I've got some ash on my... some ash. Oh, okay, so we've got a... Let's go with that kind of pumpkin man thing. That's kind of like... Let's kind of play a little bit with that. I've been concentrating my time recently on doing a lot of the working up some of these hours, the YouTube hours, that is very, 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 very hard going at the moment. Trying to build up watch hours. And it is a very, very, very difficult thing to actually maintain. It's very... The thing is that what I'm actually trying to do is I'm trying to reach this stage of 4,000 hours, which is basically when you become monetized, so that these videos actually make me you know, 1 penny every month or something, you know. It's like... and it's a very difficult balance, because you have to have like 1,000 followers, which I've reached, and then you have to have 4,000 watch hours, which is very difficult to kind of balance up. If you can imagine, these videos are usually about 15 minutes, 20 minutes long. Then that means that you have to get so many people to watch it to actually build that 4,000 hours. Right, I'm trying to kind of make a cut pumpkin face. I'm thinking that kind of works. Let's kind of give him some little nose holes, just to kind of give him that kind of skeleton type feeling. Oh, Mr. Miro's chasing a squirrel. I can see it through here because there's a fence in front of me at the end of the garden, and the squirrels run across it and Mr. Miro chases them. So I'm trying to kind of keep the structure here of a fruit, which is that kind of roundish kind of pumpkin fruit. And at the same time, I'm trying to imagine the fruit has been cut. So there's eye holes and obviously a mouth hole with teeth. And that's what I'm trying to kind of get there. And I'll try to do some kind of distorted body maybe. Maybe I'll even add some things in there. Maybe some other kind of Halloweeny type elements. I used to eat a lot of pumpkin soup in Asia when I was working there, especially in like the Korean restaurants and stuff like that. They would always kind of have some kind of pumpkin like soup. Wasn't really my flavor, but I remember my daughter used to eat them. My daughter used to love it. So if I didn't eat mine, she would definitely finish mine off. Okay. Now the fact that it is a cut shape doesn't actually give me much kind of horror to it. I'm just wondering whether I should add some eyes to it. What do you think? I'm not really a Halloween person. I don't like scary things. Halloween is the time of year where I kind of like hide under my blankets and turn the television off. It's really not my season. My season is something fun and jolly. You know, I'm much more of a kind of a happy season person than I am the scary seasons. That's not my cup of tea. And that becomes quite a difficult thing when you have kids, and Halloween is an exciting adventure and you're out trying to kind of impress the kids with your being a big, strong, tough daddy. Let's give him a scarf. Some details into that scarf. So, where is everybody from today? What part of the world are you all from? Have you been drawing Halloween things? Have you been painting Halloween things? Have you been making pumpkin heads? I live alone, so I won't be doing pumpkin heads. Well, I say alone. I have Mr. Miro here, but he's not very good at cutting pumpkin heads. He's more of a seasonal eater, you know. It's like if there's something to eat that's seasonal, he'll be in. But and yes, Mr. Miro is doing very well. In fact, I think we might have met the owner of his brother the other day, which was very, very interesting. The brother that, yes, if you remember, the brother that I almost bought a couple of years back before he had his accident and damaged his leg, and then the ridiculous costs for vets in the UK. I never quite worked that out. I've never quite worked out how the vet bills are 10 times more than the hospital bills, you know. They're just ridiculous in the UK. And it was a very difficult time, so in the end I didn't actually buy his brother, which was very, very sad. His brother was like a black and white with grey edges, and a very dapper little fellow. And I had this kind of dream of buying the two of them. There we are. It's a nice pumpkin, man. Okay, my my second brain is telling me that way. Go that way. I'm not sure I trust you, but this time, mate, it looks. But you mean like that? Oh, just broken a nib. Look, I always break a nib when I listen to my second brain. Right, so you're saying go this way. Okay, I'm not quite sure why you want me to go that way. I have this talking second brain that is always telling me something. Do that, do that, do that. And in most cases, okay, in most cases he's right, but I'm always very nervous listening to that second brain talking, because it kind of makes you do some kind of wacky, crazy ideas with your drawings. And so, okay, I'll just follow what what my second brain is talking about, and I will. You can laugh at me later on when it works out to be insane, but. But it's also a very good thing to kind of listen to that part of your brain that's talking when you're drawing. It gives you such. Well, I mean, it also gives you a very good person to blame at the end of it. Like, well, I didn't want to do that. My second brain told me. Okay, I'm still not quite sure what you're talking me into doing here, but and as this season comes, the paper does kind of react with the ink. As you can see, there's a little bit of bleed on there, which is extremely irritating. But it's what happens. It's just. Yes, okay. I'm coming. Uh-huh. That's quite a nice kind of feeling to it. Let's just check my cameras are moving. Indeed they are. There's something very beautiful about ink. I've always been attracted to ink. There's always something very, very beautiful about its freedom. It's kind of its permanency. It's kind of like it makes everything so dynamic. It makes everything so powerful feeling. And I'm going to go. And it makes this kind of way that the lines fall such a beautiful thing. The way that there is a thick part of your line and then a thin part of your line, and the delicacy there with the nib, the thickness there with the nib. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing about. Thick there, and it has always attracted me with lots of the artists. Ronald Searle, as I often talk about. Ronald Searle is a master of using the delicate part and then the thick, and in some of his drawings you can kind of sit there for hours and just kind of soak it up. It's really quite a master to look at. The way that he kind of controls his ink is literally second to none. I can't see anybody better than him. In my mind, he controls his ink with such a passion, such a degree of excellence. And I do inspire that. I do inspire to be, one day people will say, oh, I love Kieran's ink work. I love the way that Kieran, that's something I would very much love one day for people to acknowledge. But at the moment, I'm a student. I am a student of ink. I wonder if this Pumpkinhead man has a name. Does he have a name? Pumpkin Jack is the only thing I kind of know, but I think that's more of a kind of an American thing, isn't it? Let's get a brush. I need some weight there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Absolutely gorgeous the way that fell. Pumpkin Jack or Jack-o'-lantern or something like that. I don't think it's his name, but I'm sure there's some kind of more of a BMO would know. Come on, BMO, tell me. What is his name? Who is the famous Jack or the famous Lantern Man? What is the story behind this? BMO's this crazy guy in America who seems to know something about everything. If you haven't seen his channel, go and see it. He knows everything. All the mysterious beasts and the creatures from your movies and the TV shows and whatever, he knows it all. I often pop over there. He's quite an inspiring fellow. And his knowledge is vast. So quite often in my comments, if you look through my comments, you'll see that BMO pops up quite a lot, and he'll always say, well, the answer to your question, Mr. Siemens, is that's what I'm looking for. That where's all this dust coming from? Where's all this color coming from? And I would class BMO as one of my internet friends for sure. He's a fantastic man. And it's always great to have people online with great knowledge. And a thirst for knowledge also, There's some of those, I kind of feel like, the way that people kind of are constantly growing and exploring things. That is a very beautiful. Okay, so actually my second brain was right to do that, because now it's giving me this wibbly wobbly kind of bendy structure for this character, which to be very, oh my god, look at that. I've broken another nib. I've completely lost the whole end of it, which is absolutely ridiculous. I bought so many of these nibs thinking that they would last me a lifetime, and to be very honest, with the amount of nibs that I've actually broken, lovely. Right, I can see that other leg there somewhere. I can see it coming. And I'll tuck that hand in maybe behind it. Should I put what would be the hand maybe in front of it maybe? That would kind of help with that. I quite like the way that he's wearing that kind of short sleeved shirt or broken shirt. As you can see, this side is a little bit kind of broken and ripped up maybe. And the structure of this is basically I'm working it on the anatomy of a human, basically the obviously with a little bit more flexibility in the bend of his body, but you could basically see it as a man with a very heavy hat if you wanted to see it in such a way. So I'm going to get some long gnarly fingers going back in there. And that's one of the beautiful things about drawing and being expressive with your drawing, is that there's no limit to your imagination. As long as you're not drawing something in a, if I was drawing a realistic form, I maybe wouldn't do the bend so extreme, but the beauty of the kind of illustration and the beauty of the kind of almost cartooning is the fact that whatever you do is right, you know? And that kind of gives me such power in my belief and power in my imagination that it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look right. It's going to be an inspiring drawing. And that's how I talk to myself. That's how I put this belief together. Have you bent? Or you just don't want to draw? Go away. It's a good job I have so many pens and nibs here, really. I get so kind of unhappy with some of them. The point of a nib is that it is extremely fragile, and I am not really a very fragile artist. I'm not very gentle with things, you know. I also don't like you. But that's also, you know, I feel that's a kind of a Ronald Searle thing, that you have this desire to put weight into your drawing, to put a thick and thin into your artwork. And I do love that. I do love the fact that that's actually really, really nice, isn't it? I love the way that hand is popped up like that. Type of just doing some shoes there. And I like the idea of him having quite long shoes. Not in a kind of a clown way, but in a way to kind of give him more realistic balance, if it were. You know, the fact that he is so kind of skinny that the size of the shoes would kind of hold him in balance. That is lovely. So that is my bendy my bendy Halloween drawing for you today. And if you are watching and you need to go and, I don't know, go to the hairdressers, then just leave the computer running, because I need to make these 4,000 hours. And it's very important that I reach that for me to continue doing this channel. I need to reach the watch hours. YouTube are quite kind of tough with things like that. It's like you build up a channel, and if you don't reach 4,000 hours, then basically it starts all over again, and it's very, very difficult for artists to kind of maintain the fact of putting up enough videos to get enough watch hours. And to be honest, I've got like 2,000, almost 3,000 videos there, you know? And I would imagine that 3,000 videos would give me 4,000 hours very easily. But I don't know. The algorithm doesn't seem to kind of favor me very well. It doesn't seem to. I don't seem to get many watch hours. I get great supporters, but. So there we are, my little lantern man, my little monsterish little wobbly creature for Halloween. And I will pop my name over here somewhere, I think. My name is Kieran Siemens, if you don't already know. And I love doing these inky drawings for you. I love to express my mind. I love to kind of have no idea of what I'm really going to be drawing. I love the idea that I have no preconceived sketch or plan, and that I just let my brain tell me what to do. And I think that's a beautiful way to do your art, I think. Let's try and get a couple of... I do hate when that ink gets all blobby and get a couple of little kind of demon bat type things going on up there. Something flying above his head. Maybe that's what scared him. Maybe that's what's made him kind of jump. There's his little clawed feet that are coming down there. And that is today's drawing. Today's drawing is a very Halloween type drawing. That actually might make a great t-shirt or a mug. As I've been thinking recently, I've got to start to do more of that. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. That is such a lovely structure feeling there. And I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to get some kind of framing system going on there, which I love to do. I love to do this part of my day. I do love to kind of frame it up, and it just I don't know why, but it really does give me a lot of excitement, a lot of pleasure by kind of just kind of thinking up some kind of framing idea for it. It gives me such great pleasure to do so. Lovely. So that is today's drawing, and I have had amazing pleasure doing that. I have really enjoyed doing today's request for Halloween. And I think that works really nice as a Halloween feeling, a Halloween atmosphere. But I would love to know from you, what do you feel? Did you enjoy today's drawing? How did you feel? Where are you from? What are you drawing? I would love to hear from you. So, thank you very, 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 very much for being here today. And thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Helps me. So, have a great day, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.